How are we? Are we going good? I believe that we are all going good because I know that you are very, very good children, right? Spread the goodness around. We need your goodness. We need to carry on with you people with us, around us all the time. You are our inspiration. You are our good children, right? So, here we are going to start off today with a beautiful story that is The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse by William Saroyan. Children, please download PDF books if you have not managed to get hold of any book, right? Either from the school or from your friends, you'll have to get a book. But if the book is not there with you, please download the PDF book from the internet. Okay, so we are starting off with a story and we are going to see how values are very, very important to us, even children like you. There are two main characters in the story. One is Aram, then Murad. Then we have sub characters, that is Uncle Khusrav and the farmer John Byron. Now you see how these two boys, Aram and Murad, we will be seeing, they belong to Garuglanian tribe. Children, Garuglanian tribe is actually a very, very old tribe in Armenia. That is a far off place from us. So do not think of imagining that place to be very close. It is not a familiar place at all. It is a far off place close to South Africa, much, much beyond that. So, we are going to look at this tribe. We are going to respect this tribe now because this tribe has got the hallmark or the special characteristic. Hallmark means something that we can be very proud of. People of this tribe were very proud of their two characters, that is honesty and faithfulness. People are very, very true and faithful, and they upheld these two values come what may in their lives. Even the children upheld these two values. It is not that they were exempted because they were kids. So we come to see how the children, Aram and Murad, upheld the true values in spite of being tempted, in spite of being tempted to enjoy their horse ride as they were doing. The two children were very fond of horse ride. But they could not buy a horse because they belonged to a very poor family. And Garoglanian people were very, very poor people. But they never stole anything. They might have been very poor, but they never stole anything to feed themselves. They did not know, even the old people of their tribe did not know from where did the money come from. But the people of the Garoglanian tribe never stole anything to feed themselves. So, what happened? These two children were very fond of riding horses. And now, one fine morning, Murad comes and knocks on Aram's window at 4 a.m. Aram opens the window to find Murad standing or on the back of a beautiful white horse. Murad was not standing, I'm sorry. Murad was on the back of a beautiful white horse. Now, how come this white horse is there outside the window? Aram was confused. Aram did not know how come this horse was there outside the window. But Aram could not suspect Murad because Aram knew that Murad was also a family member of Garoglanian tribe, and Garoglanian people can never steal. So Aram could not suspect Murad, but at the same time he was confused because Murad did not have so much of money to buy a horse like that. So from where did the horse come? There was no answer, and as Aram joined Murad outside his room, Murad said, "Shh, you are just going to enjoy the ride with me, and we are going to return the horse once we finish enjoying the ride." So Aram kept quiet. Aram trusted Murad, and Aram kept quiet. They enjoyed the ride. After enjoying the ride, Murad wishes to ride the horse alone. Like when you have a passion for something, you want to do it alone. So Murad wishes to ride the horse alone, and he was a very good rider. He rode the horse to his happiness. Once he finished riding the horse, Aram was also interested. Aram was also fascinated. Aram requested Murad that fine, I will also ride the horse. Murad said that you are not able to ride a horse, you might be thrown over from the back of the horse. But Aram was very persistent. Aram insisted, and at last Murad said, "Okay, come on." Aram rode the horse, but the experience was very bad. After that, Aram wants to learn riding and requests Murad that we are going to keep the horse now since it is not stealing, because they thought, at least Murad gave this idea to Aram, that when we steal, it is only called stealing when we steal money. Other than that, when we use something, anything besides money, when we use and give it back, it is not stealing. So, Murad said, "You don't worry, Aram. This is not stealing. We are going to return the horse. So, why are you feeling so guilty about it? Don't feel guilty. I am not going to steal. Neither you are going to steal. Because stealing was not there in their tribe." So they upheld that value, and in their childish consciousness, they were thinking, they were justifying their action that this is not stealing. And so what did they do? They had kept the horse. And when Aram requested for 6 months, Murad said, "No, I cannot keep the horse for so long. I have to return the horse." So Murad promised to keep only for 1 month. And they kept the horse for 1 month inside a barn. Barn means a kind of granary where we store grains. So inside that barn, that horse was kept, well looked after and well fed. Unfortunately, they were caught by John Byrow one morning. John Byrow happened to be a farmer, and he also happened to be the owner of the horse. John Byrow saw them with the horse, and he said offhandedly, "Had I not known your parents, I would have believed that this horse is mine." Because he knew their parents, and he knew that children of these parents will never steal, so he did not accept the horse to be his. Seeing his action, Murad and Aram, they changed their mind, and their conscience pricked very, very deeply. The next morning, they returned the horse, pat it affectionately, and go back to their own places. So, they did not give in to the temptation. They gave in, they surrendered to whom? To their values. When John Byrow very clearly said, "Had I not known your parents," what did he actually uphold? The value of honesty, the value of truthfulness of the tribe. When Aram and Murad saw John Byrow upholding the values, they joined in with John Byro to uphold their values without giving in to the temptation of keeping the horse with themselves. Right? Very beautiful story. Children, uphold your family values, uphold yourself at all times. Right? All the best. We are going to have a look at the overview and we are also going to solve some assignment questions. Right? Take care. Get ready for the overview.
Overview of this chapter, The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse, is a story of two poor boys, Aram and Murad, from an Armenian tribe whose characters are trust and honesty. The name of this tribe is Garoglanian tribe. One morning, the narrator, young Aram, who was the narrator? Young Aram, is woken up at dawn at 4 a.m. by his cousin Murad, who arrives riding a beautiful white horse. Aram thinks that he was dreaming because he could not believe his eyes. But soon joins his cousin. Being a child, he could not resist himself. And he loved horse riding as much as his cousin did. But at the same time, Aram is confused too. He knew that Murad can't afford that beautiful horse. And also, no member of the Garoglanian family could ever steal. So, from where did that horse come? Aram immediately asks Murad, but Murad avoids a direct answer, but convinces Aram that they would return the horse after they have enjoyed riding it, and that it was different from stealing money. When you use something and return it, it is not called stealing. The childish consciousness was claiming it to be just using, not stealing. And they were too honest to lie. And yet at the same time, they were too crazy to ride a horse. Loves horses and is very tempted to ride it. So he forgets what Murad is saying and he accepts whatever he is saying. So after the initial moral confusion, what kind of confusion did he have inside? Inside there was a pricking of the conscience that whether Murad has stolen the horse or whether the horse has come to Murad by any other way. So he wanted to ask Murad, but not getting a good answer, he forgets asking him anything. He was very much tempted to join Murad, and the two cousins spent a very great time riding the handsome white horse. The story goes on to describe in detail how the boys indulge in the joy of horse riding early every morning for nearly a month. For nearly a month, the horse was hidden inside a barn, a granary, and every morning these two children used to take out the horse and used to ride the horse, enjoy their passion, and keep the horse back in the barn. One day a farmer, John Byro, visits Aram's house. John Byro was the actual owner of the house, of the horse, and he visits Aram's house and tells Aram's uncle Khusraw. Uncle Khusraw was another mad character in their family. One mad character was Murad. Murad was a kind of, linking. He had a very good linking with Uncle Khusraw. Whatever like Uncle Khusraw used to do, he used to do it on spur of the moment. Similarly, Murad also, if he was fond of something, then Murad used to immediately carry it out. Nobody could stop him, come whatever may. So Uncle Khusraw was also a person like that, and Murad had inherited his character in carrying out whatever he felt like. So if Murad is thinking of horse riding, so he will get it done. Somehow whatever is possible, he will do it and he will get it done. So Uncle Khusro was there in the house, and John Byro visits the house and talks to Uncle Khusro how sad he is because his horse had been stolen last month. You see the gap? Last month and this whole month the horse was there inside that barn, giving enjoyable rides to the two children, Aram and Morad. When Aram and Morad heard him, they didn't feel sorry that time. Instead, they kept quiet and continued with their horse riding. Then again, John Byro runs into the two boys riding his horse. His reaction on seeing it, the conversation with the boys and the boys' action. Minded his reaction, John Byro did not shout at them. John Byro did not suspect them. John Byro did not scold them. His reaction was very, very gentle. And he was curious. The conversation with the boys, he did not blame them. Instead, he said what? Had I not known your parents. He did not blame the boys. He just said, had I not known your parents, I would have thought that this horse is mine. And the boys' action, the boys immediately had a deep pricking in their conscience when they heard him talking about their parents like this. Immediately they changed their mind under the circumstances, and this becomes the turning point that makes the story end on a very, very beautiful note. Right? And we see that such was the boys' family, famous for their honesty. The boys' family people were famous for their honesty, and the thought of his horse being stolen by Aram and Murad never crossed John's mind. John Byro's mind. He just said, I would swear it is my horse if I did not know your parents. This moving experience led the boys towards John's vineyard and they returned the horse. The story teaches us the importance and the necessity of honesty even in the face of greed and passion. Children, we all expect you will be upholding your family values at all costs under all circumstances. Our good wishes are always with you, and that is why IGA is always supporting you in all your creativity, in all your whatever you come up with, in all your goodness, in all your doubts, in your questions, in whatever way possible. We people are trying our best at IGA to support you at all times with whatever we have, right? So take care of yourselves and do good and spread the goodness, right? Thank you. Solve your assignment based on the overview and based on the reading of your chapter. Please read the chapter. I'll be giving you some simple questions. Solve it and forward the assignment, right? Thank you.